Welcome back to another episode of the CRL podcast. My name is Caleb Smith, driver of the 54 High Five Racing truck and ARCA car on Monday and Wednesday nights, and soon to be Tuesday nights, joined by Jacob and Rob.
It's your boy Jakob, driver of the number 19 truck on Mondays, ARCA on Wednesdays, and soon to be Xfinity cars on Tuesdays.
And it's Rob Sherwood, and I am here asking for your financial assistance in changing Ross Tatum's internet service provider.
Yeah, we'll get into that later. When we break down the Indianapolis race from this past Monday night, because playoff implications. But one person that doesn't have to worry about anything until the championship race, our winner from this past Monday night, Parker Collins. How you doing?
Good, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, absolutely. Really dominant season. I wouldn't say it kind of came out of nowhere. You're quick pretty much everywhere we go. Whether it's on a road course, short track, or Indianapolis, like this past Monday night. I guess winning three races this season: New Hampshire, Pocono, Indianapolis. Where does that put your mindset? Knowing you're already locked to the championship, how do you tackle that race, which is at Homestead?
Just doing a little bit of extra practice throughout this week. Not really too worried about Phoenix. I mean, I'm sure I'll end up running a few laps there, but just kind of hopefully doing like the Joe Logano effect, just knocking it out of the park in the first race of the round of 8, and then winning at Homestead. I think we've got a good shot. We've been faster where we've gone. I think it's just going to come down to execution and if we can nail the strategy. I feel like this season, like a lot of the early races in the season, we were dominant and just leading tons and tons of laps, but just threw it away at the end by just needing a caution and never getting it, or not needing a caution and getting it, and just kind of bad luck. I mean, we were just so good, and I think we kind of let a couple of race wins go, but it's been a really, really good season. Just thank you to all the Onlydads boys for everything they've done throughout the season. Homestead should be a really fun race, and I'm ready to kick some butt when we get there.
Speaking on your fantastic season so far, 3 wins that puts you up there with like some of the greats of CRL with wins in a season. I mean, you got Lane, who, what did he win? 6 that one season. Ross went on and won 3 last season, and I think both seasons he won the championship. He won 3 or more. So the season's definitely looking bright for you. How have you what got you into racing itself? Any kind of racing, and how'd you find iRacing?
Well, the movie Cars got me into racing. I was 5 when it came out, and honestly, like, me and my brothers had no idea that people raced cars. Like, we had no idea that was a thing, so we thought it was the coolest thing ever. So I've been hooked on racing ever since then. And how I came about iRacing, I don't really remember how exactly I found it, but I remember stumbling upon the Peak Antifreeze series, or the Coke series now. I think like 2019, and I really enjoyed watching those. And then I would watch Malik Ray and Casey Kerwin on Twitch, just seeing what they were doing, and really got me hooked. And then the pandemic hit, and I pulled the trigger on some sim equipment, and the rest has been history.
Well, you kind of talked about what got you into sim racing. Can you kind of speak on how your allegiance to CRL and your involvement with the league kind of came about as well?
Yeah, Brian Lewis got me into CRL. He was running it before with you guys, and he invited me on, and we went and ran it for a little bit, and then life kind of got busy, and I had to get out of it for a while, but then life kind of got unbusy, and then I was able to come back in and I was talking to Chris before this, and I was telling him like this is one of the best leagues that I've ever been a part of, and it maybe be one of the best leagues on iRacing. Like just top to bottom, like every guy here is not only quick but just awesome people to race around. Everybody's super respectful and they'll race you hard, but they'll give you an inch. And like all the admins are just top tier. Like this is the most fun I've had racing on iRacing. Period.
Yeah, and I think we've all been in our fair share of iRacing leagues, and we've seen the worst, and we've kind of seen when it's run well, and how it can go. Um, I guess we'll kind of shift to talking about the actual race Monday night, and you know Parker's dominating performance. I know Jacob and Parker were kind of the two trucks to look at Monday night, um, with how the pit strategy was kind of shaping up, and I know Jacob took two tires on the last stop. Jacob, what was the call there? I know you were trying to kind of beat Parker to get ahead of him. Um, I know it didn't really shape up the way you wanted. Um, but what are you want to change going into Phoenix to kind of help you get those points?
Well, like the pitch strategy to take two, I I think I mean I know I wouldn't have called Parker off of it. He just had way too much time ahead of me, and the taking two tires was honestly just trying to save as much time as I could, but not lose too much time on track to not having fresher tires. So I tried to jump the guys who were saving fuel and try to get a higher finishing position than what I ultimately got. I think if I would have took four, um, Josh would have never got around me, and we would have caught Evan Kinney and Jordan faster than. Actually, I didn't even catch them at all. I think we would have caught them and got by them at least, and got fifth and sixth, me and Josh. But um, yeah, I mean, it was really just trying to play a game and gain as much time as I can, and sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. So it is what it is. The race itself went pretty good. Beginning of the race, we started with I think me and Parker started first and second. We had our little scuffles there, but I mean it was still good hard racing. Like it wasn't nothing like malicious. It was just two different styles of racing going up against each other, and I mean it is what it is. It's just hard close racing. I'm not ill about it. I've looked past it, and it is what it is. I'm I've learned to just leave it on the track, and it's not worth any of the drama after. So I don't have any beef with Parker, but it was still fun. I was heated in the moment, but that's just how some of the races go. The on track stuff should never boil past the next two or three laps, because then that just ruins your race, and you end up finishing worse than what you were going to. So I just settled into second and just told myself all I need is a top five finish or top seven finish, and I can be in a good points position going into Phoenix. Phoenix is going to be interesting. It's going to be very loose, especially since it's during the day. It's going to be hot as hell, and take care of your ears.
Yeah, and but before we get to Parker's perspective on this past Monday night, I want to get a viewer's perspective of it. Uh, Ron, Robert, how was the race Monday from that side of the racing, um, and just kind of the on track action from start to finish.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Indy is I've said it before. It's not my favorite place, but it does provide the opportunity for strategy sometimes. One thing that I heard that has always been consistent is that it was going to be hard to pass, and track position was just of the utmost importance, basically. So, obviously everybody wants to be out in front and everybody wants to lead. And, it was, I honestly thought that Jacob and Parker were going to wreck a couple times because it was just so tight up front. And I think I was even more surprised because, you know, they were battling so hard, and I was looking at guys like Charles in third, Josh in fourth, Ross in fifth, even Lane back in sixth, and how good some of those guys are at saving tires. So, I was like, well, this is great action. I just wonder what's going to happen on the back end, and it ended up not mattering, fortunately for them, which I was very surprised. So it kind of just made me feel like it's been a while since I've really played with this tire model, even though it's only been, really, I guess, a month since I've run a race. I just feel like I was a little lost there, but it was entertaining to watch, and it was entertaining to see how the different strategies played out. I know that there was some people talking about whether a two stop or a three stop would be the best way to go. Sometimes it's you can save fuel in the draft, but once you get strung out, it's almost not worth it to save the fuel, just because your lap times fall off so much. But it was interesting to see the varying strategies, especially for the playoff guys that were mired back in the field, like Ricky and Jordan, who ended up getting really good finishes out of it because they went off cycle. I know Josh was super frustrated because he felt really fast. He felt like he had a top three truck, and then he finished seventh or sixth. And obviously Ross,
Oof.
God bless his internet.
Mm.
Now he's in a situation next week where he's got to win just because his internet crapped out on him. So, we were actually talking in our group chat the other day about how this is kind of the equivalent of a mechanical failure in the virtual world when your internet craps out on you. It sucks to happen in a playoff race, especially when he's been so good all year. But yeah, Indy was entertaining to watch from my perspective. I really enjoyed it. I thought the field as a whole put on a great show, and even for me, I always expect there to be a caution in the first 5 to 10 laps just before people get strung out and kind of get into a rhythm. And credit to our guys because that didn't happen, and it allowed things to shake out the way they did, just to have things happen naturally. So, that was really cool to see from a viewer's perspective, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I I was super impressed that the race went green, flag to flag. Um, Even though there was a point in time where I wanted a caution, just so I could get back up there because I felt like I was pretty quick. Um, definitely had some pace. I was actually able to watch the fight for the lead from the car or from the truck, which I never get to do. Um, so that was fun. But Parker, your race Monday night it was crazy just to kind of watch it unfold because you were on the same
Dominating.
strategy. Yeah, absolutely. It was crazy to watch unfold because you were on the two stopper, not the two stopper, three stopper, that um, me, Josh, Jacob, and a few other guys were on. The guys that decided not to save fuel. And you were the only one that was able to really cut back through the field and regain that lead. How did you pull that off and and make it work? And now knowing that you don't have to go to Phoenix, work your ass off there, like some of these guys do, and you can just start practicing Homestead.
Yeah, it was, I almost went to that two stop strategy. Really glad I didn't. But it's Indy's all about precision. Putting the truck exactly where you need it to be every single lap, every single turn, and um, it's really challenging for a lot of people just because it's four unique corners. Well, not unique; they're all the same, but four separate corners every single lap. Whereas everywhere else, we only have two corners that you have to figure out. But they all presented their challenges. Like I kept overdriving 3, like the first half of the race. Like I could not get the truck to turn and point the nose where I wanted to go at all until I finally was able to figure it out. But yeah, I knew from the jump that it was going to be track position race. The dirty air was going to be crazy, which is why I raced as hard as I did. I don't like to beat and bang like that. I'd rather race somebody clean and pass them straight up. But I knew it was how important that track position was, and maybe I could have let him by and then tried again once I caught back up to him. But I mean, it is what it is. It's in the past. But yeah, I mean, it was a really good race. Just glad I was able to execute and just not speed on pit road. I talk to the team all the time about how important pit road is. I mean, that's one of the things that I pride myself in, is just being so much better than everybody else on pit road. Like I'm pushing entry, pushing the speed limit in the box, out of the box, coming off. Like I'm on the very edge, more on the edge of losing it than I am out on track. Like so many spots can be won and lost on pit road and restarts, which you didn't have any there. But just I would have liked to see how it would have played out with Ross. I don't really know how far ahead he was of Ricky and Chuck before he dropped out, but I think it would have been close. I don't know if I would have. I don't know if I would have gotten there or if I would have won by as much as I did. But I think it would have been a good show. Glad it was a good show for everybody watching. It was a blast to drive.
Yeah, super entertaining race. And that was race 1 of the round of 8. And we're going to shift to our playoff standings. Let our listeners, viewers, kind of know the playoff situation, because we do have some implications for the series and going into the final race of the round of 8. Parker Collins winning at Indy, locked into the championship race at Homestead. So now you have 7 drivers, 7 championship caliber drivers, and some past champions that are below the cut line. 3 actually, but for the people that are inside of the bubble, you have second, which is Lane Hostler in the 61. He's plus 17 on the cut line. You have the 3 of Ricky Harden. He's plus 1, sitting in third. And then you have, all right, I'm going to attempt to say his name, all right, because Joe on the broadcast has been, it's Charles Van Schweik, or Rob, you want to give it a shot?
No,
No, you don't want to give it a shot?
I'm good.
Chuck, we're sorry.
We're just gonna call him Charles.
Yeah, well, he wants to be called Chuck, so we'll just call him Chuck.
Okay, we'll call him Chuck.
We are so sorry that we struggled so much saying your last name. But if it makes you feel any better, we fucked up Hostler's last name for like 17
True.
seasons.
And
So,
yeah, that's a much easier name to pronounce. So if we got
Yeah.
that wrong, then let's
Yeah.
not put too high of expectations here.
yeah, it's anyway, he's dead even on the cut line. 23 truck of Chuck. And then below the cut line, this is where it starts getting a little interesting here. We got 3 champions that are looking to fight their way into this race. You have the 19 of Jacob Grant also sitting even with Chuck. You have the 79 of Jordan Trass, he's -1. And then you have Joshua Altus and Ross Tatum -4 on the cut line. Ross Tatum went into Indianapolis with a 23-point lead, sitting first, and he left Indianapolis after his internet issues, which are the equivalent of a mechanical failure, -4. So those are the playoff implications. I think you're going to see the aggression levels kick up at Phoenix. Phoenix is a track where the entire wall to wall. You can go anywhere you want. It's a I don't even know how to describe it. Like if you see it, you can get to it. Um, so we did a practice session um, before this podcast, and I think the track temp was like 140 um, Fahrenheit,
Yeah,
which is insane. Um,
it's
it
gonna be a hot one.
yeah, it's gonna be hot, but also it's Phoenix, so it's to be expected. Um, but knowing that the track's going to be hot, um, how aggressive are these guys willing to be? Are they willing to push their car, push their truck a little bit, harder, slide the tires, get the speed, but not have the long run speed? So I mean, it's going to be exciting to watch it play out. Um, Rob, Jacob, what's your opinion on it?
Well,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm disappointed it's not going to be a night race. I know we all love tire wear, but also I don't know what it is. I just think Phoenix looks so much better on the sim when it's at night versus during the day. But I think the way it'll shake out is going to be really interesting. I think people are going to have to decide what's yeah, you may get the track position, but it may hurt you over the course of the next 20-30 laps a little bit more than normal if the temp is going to be that high. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how people manage that, because Phoenix is, shocker, another place where track position is really important. We had our championship race there a few seasons ago, and I clean air, you feel like a superhero in clean air. It's no different than most places. So if you can get out in front and keep some of those guys behind you, it makes all the difference in the world. So it'll be interesting to see how guys manage that, and kind of how the race is impacted by tire wear and how guys handle that throughout the course of the race.
Yeah. I mean, you pretty much covered it all about Phoenix. I personally, like, I don't know. I don't like the track at all. Night, day.
Phoenix sucks.
Yeah, I don't like Phoenix at all. I mean, it's cool for like a viewership aspect of it, just because you're cutting across the dog leg and just using that huge flat surface where you can go like 8 wide at. Um, so it's very entertaining to watch, but just driving it's a pain in the ass. You have to really back up your corners on entry just to get a good run on exit at a short track. And usually it's attack the entry and roll the middle and get a good exit. But it's a unique design to a racetrack, and it's gonna be very interesting.
I'm glad
Track position's gonna be key.
I'm glad you said that about the dog leg, because if the track temp is that high, I would almost bet that you will have a couple of cautions, one of which somebody will cut the dog leg and clear themselves without realizing it and cause an accident. Or I very much expect somebody to try and take that dog leg, light up the rears, and spin out, because I mean you can do that when it's dark and there's grip levels. So it'll be very easy to make a mistake by doing that. So guys will also have to manage that risk side of it as well.
So in our practice race that we did earlier, you coming out of turn 4, if your truck got any kind of loose, you're pointed towards the dog leg, and you basically have no other choice but to cut it, because if you try to like correct your truck in the slightest, you're either gonna rotate too much or you're going to overcorrect and get loose and lose even more time. So it's almost better to just point your truck in the direction that you want it to go on exit. And if it ends up pointing like you're going to the dog leg, then I would suggest just going for it, unless there's a truck underneath you, obviously. But turning down onto the dog leg was a little bit sketchy. Like in the cup car, you could turn down there if you didn't like burp the throttle enough or hold the wheel straight, it would just snap the car loose. It's kind of almost the same with the truck to an extent. If you're turned too much and you try to dip down, it's gonna feel loose, especially in the long run. So there definitely may be some wrecks coming out of Ford trying to get onto the dog leg.
Yeah, and just
So
to
they cut it.
just a PSA for all of our drivers that are listening. If you are to the outside of a truck, they do not have to go onto the dog leg. They are entitled to the racing line, which is the racetrack. The dog leg is just extra. So if you door somebody, that's on you. All right, that's all I gotta say. Um, but I mean, yeah, going to the dog leg, the truck bottoms out and it just kicks it out. So especially with the high temps, um, it's gonna be fun. I hope that if I get wrecked, it's early, so I can go do something else. That's all I got. Um, I know that the schedule is being made for next season's truck series. It's not finalized yet, but it is in the process of being made. Any guesses on tracks that may be there? Um, I'm really hoping that Coda or the Charlotte Roval is on there. That's what I would like to see. Um, I know Spinelli says it all the time. He wants the Motegi Oval. I don't know why. That's just what he wants.
There must be
Rob,
lots of barrels there.
probably. Well, it is connected to a road course. Like they have like a road course that
Ah,
goes outside of the track.
yeah.
So probably there are barrels stopping. I yeah, I bought Motegi, but I bought it for the road course. I think I've raced the oval like one time.
I'd like to see Auto Club on the schedule.
Auto Club is fun.
I would expect to see Bristol on there
Oof.
because I don't think we were there this year, so I would expect that to come back. Um, I'll also go out on the limb and say Daytona is going to be on the schedule.
Texas is probably going to be on there because we haven't gone there yet, or in the past 2 seasons, I think.
Yeah. Could see maybe going back to Dover. I'm trying to think of things that we didn't have on the schedule this year that we might translate back to. I know you said Coda or the Roval. I think both of those are good options, but also another good option is to go back to Sonoma too. Sonoma's a really fun road course to drive, so I wouldn't.
Noma's on the ARCA schedule.
Oh, well, maybe eyeball emojis.
I with our 3 series that we have, the ARCA series, Elite series, and Truck series. Um, I would like to see some, you know, I would like to see similar tracks on the schedule. So like if we're at Daytona, I would like to be at Daytona for the entirety of the week. I don't like Daytona. I don't like Talladega. I don't like the New Atlanta. I hate that style of racing. But if we're gonna be there, I like to be there. I know the ARC series goes off and does their own thing. Like say we go to, I don't know.
To be clear, you want to go plate racing 3 times in a week, so you want to be pissed off 3 times in the same week.
I'm pissed off racing anyway. I got pissed off. I got pissed off. I got pissed
The
off
only
Monday
time he's
night.
not pissed off is whenever he's outrunning everybody on a road course.
Or he's playing Mario Party.
Yeah.
No. I get pissed off playing Mario Party too. I I I hate it. I like it, but I hate it. It's that's a different topic. Yeah, no, it's very the IndyCar race we did at Indianapolis for the double. I was quiet that entire race, but I was pissed off.
Brother, didn't you win by like 76 seconds?
No.
No,
When
it was
when when
73.
when
Oh, God,
Josh
my bad.
when Josh wrecked and brought out that caution, I was fuming.
He
I
was
was
cussing Josh like a
I would
sailor.
I was oh man. Me in the broadcast booth and me racing are 2 different people. Like I know nobody's listening when I'm racing, so like other than my teammates, unfortunately. So like they hear me, but nobody else can hear me. But on the broadcast, everybody can hear me. So like I have to kind of hear like we're uncensored here. So like I'm like fuck that, fuck this. What the fuck is he doing? No, I don't nothing against those guys. you know, we're racing, but these are my thoughts. You know, I feel like he's running me a little bit too close. What the fuck is he doing? Why is he doing that? He's entitled to race me, but I'm gonna be pissed the entire time. It's just the way I am.
Win
It
I
in the
think
race
is.
all
by a
I,
Bennett, and he's still pissed.
I think all racers need to go to anger management at least once.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah, for sure.
We're
yeah.
all just so
Especially
angry.
on after race night.
I think we should other than the good wins towards the winner and like all the other stuff. I think we should just mute all the chats until the following day. I think we should just mute everything. Because I mean we've had a few outbursts, but I don't think it's as bad here as it is in some other series. I feel like we were all pretty we had our moments in other leagues. Um, I know I had mine. Jacob, I know you had yours. Um, Rob, I can't really think about you. I don't think you've. I mean, you have your moments from time to time.
Rob's had
Oh
a few
yeah.
good ones.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, the like you said, the team chat hears it more than anything else.
yeah, and
Probably for
that's
the best.
yeah.
That's
So
true.
But like
Can't confirm.
none of it's like personal. Like you really don't understand it unless you like really just like sit down and race. And it's literally all heat of the moment things. And then once the race is over, yeah, you still may be a little sour in the next day, but that like second or third day after the race, you're like, fuck it, where are we going next week?
I feel like we all are Ryan Blaney. You know, like I
I
mean, I'm sure most of us hear his radio weekly. I mean, the dude complains nonstop, and I feel like that's just us. Like I guarantee you, if you had like audio on us throughout a race, it would sound pretty similar to that. You know, whether it was more constant or not, at times it would sound like that.
well
Well,
Or
like
like the
old
league,
Kurt Busch. Old Kurt
oh
Busch.
Oh
Kurt Busch is
God.
how
great.
Yeah, for
That
anybody
fellow does.
listening, if you have not listened to the old school radioactive of Kurt Busch, please do so. And
Th-
volume warning for headphone users.
there is a YouTube video. It is Kurt Busch Radioactive 2009 to 2012 COT. Just watch it. It is fantastic. It is
Entertainment
nothing.
gold.
Oh, it is one of the best NASCAR videos you'll ever watch. Um, I wouldn't let your child watch it, but it's great. It's
Or be in
fantastic.
the same zip code while you watch it, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, no,
I'm letting my kids watch it.
it's
All
Right,
right.
right.
they
Time
they
for the real world.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to be on a racetrack somewhere someday. They
Exactly.
might as well go ahead and experience it.
I my biggest fear because I know Joe is pulling people up for interviews now, like mid race. My biggest fear is like under caution. I'm gonna be leading the race and I'm gonna be heated. I'm gonna be saying some shit on the
Well,
damn.
he gives you time because he pulls you up into the interview room first. So then you're like, wait, what the hell? And you stop talking, and then he pulls you up again. Like, hey, oh, it's
Okay,
Joe in the booth. Got a copy?
okay, yeah. No, I if I'm pissed and he pulls me up, that's probably gonna piss me off even more. Like,
Well, don't be in the lead.
no, 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 no. Like if I wreck or something, and then like I'm just sitting in pit road, it's like, hey, Joe, you got a copy? I'm gonna be like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, what? Why? I am heated. I am trying to get this 10 minutes of optionals repaired, and you're trying to interview me about what just happened. I got wrecked. What are you talking about? I doubt he'd do that. I would do that though. You want the spice. Anything for the viewership. Oh man, I feel like we got really off topic. I feel like we were talking about the playoffs.
Speak for yourselves. Jacob and I have been laser focused this entire time.
Have you?
Yeah,
Obviously, we're the ones
Rob,
that keep this podcast on track.
you guys are.
yeah.
I look, listen. I merely look, listen. I just edit the podcast. I'm here, but I just edit the podcast. So, everything that is not right, you guys don't hear. Uh, but Rob, I do have a question for you.
Bring it on, bro.
when are you coming back to the racetrack?
Yeah. Hmm. So
Here.
I it will probably not be anytime soon. Um, we have agreed as a group. My charter will be going to somebody else on the team. I've got some other life commitments coming up in a few months. And I just want to prioritize that. So I will be around weekly, whether I'm viewing or racing, but it'll be as an open car. So I will still be around, but not every week. So better get used to it because it's going to be pretty consistent like this for a while. Probably at least the next 3 years. God, I hope we still are running CRL at that point.
3 years.
Yeah,
Or is it going to be every night you're busy, or are you going to be able to make a certain series more than the other?
not sure yet. It's my schedule is going to be fluctuating, so we're going to have to kind of play that by ear.
I got you. Another reason I ask is because season 2 of the ARCA series, the schedule that's laid out is going to be a really fun, intriguing season. Like we go from Daytona to USA International. USA
What?
International 75 laps is going to be fantastic in the ARCA car.
That sounds terrible.
Let's go Matiki Oval instead of USA International. Thoughts?
Thoughts denied.
Oh,
Listen,
Jesus.
I'm still looking forward to being able to watch everything weekly. I mean, it's still one of the best racing series on iRacing, so it's enjoyable to watch. We've got great sponsors backing us, from Great Designs to Ghost Athletics, and now Apex Mountain Apparel. We've got Joe up in the booth with OSRN who does a great job every week. So, even not being able to race in the series on a weekly basis, I still enjoy being around and being able to watch everything unfold and see this great group of guys get out there and go at it because we got so many great drivers.
It's fun going back and watching the races. 'Cause if you go back and watch a few seasons ago when Joe had taken over broadcasting for CRL and he didn't really know anybody, he wasn't really connected with anybody. The broadcast didn't really feel, you know, like there was any emotion behind it. And then now since he's been doing it for what 2, 3 years now, I mean it, and we're adding more series. He's he's with us for half the week now. Once we add the Elite Series, um, just the emotion Joe adds to the booth, interviewing the drivers, um, shouting out our sponsors, um, which is how some of these series run. It's because of our sponsors, like Rob just said. Um, but it's nice going back and hearing the emotion of the commentator, Joe White, and just everything he does for the series to make sure that our viewers can watch it every Monday, soon to be Tuesday, and Wednesday nights.
Shout out to him for doing it by himself. Like that's pretty impressive. I know it's
Yeah,
probably a lot easier to do it with somebody else, bouncing thoughts and ideas off of each other, and like he does really well by himself. It's honestly really impressive.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
Joe does fantastic work over at OSRN.
yeah, and I feel like he doesn't get the love. People appreciate him, but I feel like he doesn't get the love that is deserved. Because I mean I spent 2 or 3 seasons up there with him. Um, it was a lot of fun, but also I didn't realize how difficult it was. Um, yeah, you're calling the race as it happens. Like what we're doing right now, I can go back and edit it and make it sound good. Um, Not that we don't sound good anyway, but I can make it sound even better. We're doing it live over there. Like there's no
No room for
editing.
error.
Like so we're doing it live. So There's mistakes happen. You lose your train of thought. You just have to go with it. And he just carries on everything. Like everything's happening on track. Everything that's going on. Um, so, and he was doing that before I was in the booth, and he's doing it now since I've left the booth. But it was fun being up there with him and learning all that stuff that I've kind of used to now do this. So it's a lot of fun, but it's also fun going back and watching um, his the races on OSR Network, but also some of the other series he does.
Who do you guys think is going to win at Phoenix? Who's your picks?
Um, man, I'm gonna go Ross. I'm gonna go Ross, and the only reason why I say that is because I know what he can do when he's in that situation. Uh, he won his first championship that way. Um,
Listen, we don't
and
call him the sim racing god for no reason.
I mean, he's got two.
Sim racing goat.
God.
He's the
Yeah,
goat.
he said God tier
He's the first back-to-back champion in CRL Truck Series history. Um, so that would have been Joshua Altus.
with 3 in a row.
Yeah, he would have had 3 in a row. But
Josh.
that's unfortunate. But yeah, I'm gonna go Ross Tatum. I think he's gonna win. He's gonna lock himself into the championship. And then that's gonna leave 2 spots open for anyone to kind of be a part of that championship race, which we know Parker is already locked into.
Well, you took my pick. To be clear, I have full confidence in Ross. I would not be shocked to see him go win this week because that's my guy. But I'm gonna go different from who you picked, and only because I've seen him race there. I'm gonna go with Chuck. He's very fast there, so I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that Chuck wins this week at Phoenix.
Okay. Jacob,
Parker.
who you got? Oh,
Oh. Honestly, I think I got to go with Lane. Lane's pretty fast there. He's good at those flat tracks. I don't know. Something's just telling me to pick Lane. He's led 34% of the laps that he's raced there, so in the CRO.
I was also going to go with Lane. I think Lane's going to kick some butt there, but I'll pivot to Jordan. I think Jordan will be good too.
yeah, and
Yeah, Jordan was fast in our practice race.
yeah, and he was going off of no practice, so
Yep.
he picked it up pretty quick. He was rolling, but also I don't think he showed us what he had, um, really, because he was in there with you, Jacob. So I don't think he wanted to show you what he had, but
Well, to
all
be
of
fair, I started 3 seconds back from you guys on that last restart, and I caught up to you by the last
yeah, but
lap.
it was a 20 lap shootout.
Hey, that's still
Yeah,
hey,
if you burn your
I'm just
tires on a
saying.
20 laps, you can go 53 laps on fuel. You're not going to burn on yourself up in 20 laps.
No.
Come on, brother. You know this. Um,
Honestly, Phoenix is just going to be a mental game.
yeah, it really is. With how the cars are going to slide, um, where people are going to go on the racetrack. Because, like I said, you can go anywhere.
Staying very disciplined.
It's going to be a very entertaining race to watch. We hope everyone tunes in Monday on OSR Network at 8:30 Eastern to watch the final race before the championship race at Phoenix. But all those picks are real um, winning contenders at Phoenix. I feel like Lane has something to prove. Coming really close multiple times to a championship the past 2 seasons. Last season coming up real short in the playoffs, and then the 2 seasons before that, just kind of losing it in the championship race. So I feel like he's got that, kind of chip on his shoulder going into the race. Jordan, first time in the CRL playoffs. He's got something to prove. Tatum, he's 4 back from the cut line. Obviously, he's got a rebound from that internet issue he had. And Chuck, I mean, Chuck's been really consistent all season long. First full season in the Truck Series, and is proving that he's a championship contender out of the gate. Kind of like Ross did, first season in, wins championship. It could happen again, but we do appreciate Parker for coming onto the podcast today, and we wish him luck in his championship fight in the CRL Truck Series presented by Ghost Athletics. But if you want to check out any of our CRL series, you can check out the CRL Truck Series, once again presented by Ghost Athletics, 8:30 p.m. Eastern on OSR Network. And then on Wednesdays, you can check out our CRL ARCA series presented by Grant Designs, also 8:30 p.m. Eastern on OSR Network. And our soon-to-be CRL Elite Series, which will feature some of the best drivers in the Clean Racing League, which I'm excited about. So that should be exciting to watch that unfold, which is sponsored by Apex Mountain Apparel. So check them out on apexmountainapparel.com, and you can check out all their merch and all of that. Well, we do appreciate everyone that listens, watches on Spotify and YouTube, and we will see everyone next week for the pre-championship podcast. We will see everyone later. Bye-bye.